We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's the home opener. The pitching should be a story in this one. First pitch is coming up. Breaking pitch here, chopped foul at the plate, strike one. And Harold, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, they come out of the gates slowly. Just one of their first four have been wins.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win.
That pitch right there, he's trying to keep him from getting his arms extended. If it's out over the plate more, he can obviously do a lot of damage with it.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing two fastballs now in a row.
Here tonight.
Here's Manny Machado now.
Manny Machado.
Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there.
He might want that pitch back, up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
One out, nobody on. This is line to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Now batting, Mike Trout. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. Grounded back up the middle. Step on the bag for one. On to Goldschmidt, a double play. Inning over. Here's Starling Marte. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the
Leading
first.
off for the Brewers, center fielder.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Harold, as the Jays take the field here tonight. It's been a promising start to the new year as they've taken 3 of the first 4 contests.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix their pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
Trey Turner.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit on the ground to third. And this is going to find its way into left for a 1-out knock. Stepping up to the plate,
Batting
Paul
third.
Goldschmidt.
Third
Man at
baseman.
first for him following the one-out single. Pitch inside, the throw way late, and he's in there easily at second. One out and a runner on second base. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
Boy, this is one of those tricky spots for a pitcher, right? You have an open base, but you have a guy on deck that can do a lot of damage. Not a good spot to be in if you're a pitcher right now.
Coming to the plate now, Giancarlo Stanton. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Trout has a read on it. And that's the third out. Here's Nelson Cruz now. He'll be the one to start things here against Clayton Kershaw.
Nelson Cruz.
Here's a changeup to start the second, but that misses. It's a ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance, and he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one.
Hey, not a bad take there on that first pitch. Not a real good idea to go up there looking for a changeup to hit. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap. Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. No score here as we play inning number 2. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Batting sixth.
First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. And that misses for ball 1. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Marte on the move. But it's the right fielder that gets there to make the catch. And that. Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. And he'll step in to start things out against Chris Sale.
Left fielder Ryan Zimmerman.
Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a little blooper to center. Machado ranging into the outfield, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So digging in now, Chris Bryant. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Ryan.
And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
Pitch on the way. Hit hard to third. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. Now in the box, Corey Seager, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Trout going back on it, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Bryant rounds the corner and is headed home. The tag, and he is out at the plate. And so much for our first run of the ball game. Into the box now, Justin Turner trying to cash in here in his first at-bat with a runner at third and 2 gone. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Machado is there. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side. So striding in, J.D. Martinez. 7-8-9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. High in the air out to center field. Marte is under it. 1 out. Digging in the switch hitter, Francisco Lindor. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. There's a fastball that just misses, ball one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Grounder down the line at third. Throw on to first will take care of him, and Kershaw's in control now, 2 away. Striding into the box, Gary Sanchez. Fly ball out toward left center field. After it is Marte, and that ends the inning. Stepping in, Buster Posey. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. And there's ball one. 1-1. Here it comes. A fastball down near the shoe tops. There's a fastball right over the inside corner. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Ready for another chance? Starling Marte. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Now a flare out toward right center. Machado ranging into shallow right. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Digging in to try it again. Trey Turner. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. And he takes ball one. Bottom of inning number 3. 0-0 our score. Heading out toward shallow right. Cruz has a read on it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Now to the plate, Mookie Betts. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Left fielder, Mookie Betts.
To short. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out. Digging in for his second at-bat, Manny Machado. He reached on a single in his first try. Tapper up the line. And he'll smartly just ensure that this stays a foul ball. And now a pitch on the way. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
And he misses again, ball 3. This is skied into short left center. Seager ranges back, and he has it for out number 2. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mike Trout comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
He's not messing around this inning. He's attacking the zone. He's showing lots of confidence. He's 0-2 on this hitter after having 2 quick outs. Nice job.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. But the throw is late, so the inning will continue after the strikeout pitch gets away. Riding in once again, Nelson Cruz. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Zimmerman looking up, and that one is out of here. A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. Coming to the plate now, Josh Donaldson. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Zimmerman moves over, and that's the third out. Leading off the inning, Paul Goldschmidt, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike one. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. Giancarlo Stanton now flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Chop foul right at home plate at strike one. 1-1. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now.
Well, he fouled that breaking ball off a little bit early. Timing not quite there. Had a fastball to pitch before. He just got out in front of that breaking ball.
Now a swing and a miss, and Stanton is down on strikes for out number 1. Settling in now, Ryan Zimmerman. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0. Line drive to left. Betts is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Third baseman.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Trout going back at the track. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. The first baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
First baseman number 35. Miguel Cabrera.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Calling for it, Zimmerman. He's got it 1 away. Here's J.D. Martinez. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Marte is under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. So here's Francisco Lindor now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And now a pitch on the way. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Here comes Marte. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. He'll get it into second, and he'll get in there safely. Into the box now Gary Sanchez. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Drilled down the line, and he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. In to score the runner from second, and he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. Here's Mookie Betts. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a drive, and a ball sent out to deep left center field. This is into the bullpen, a home run. Here's Manny Machado now. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
Second baseman Manny Machado.
Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Marte is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Here's Corey Seager. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5. Bottom 3 in the batting order here as the first pitch misses to the number 7 hitter. It's ball 1. Little late on this one as it's lifted the other way down the left field line. There to look it in his Betts, and that's out number 1. At the plate, Justin Turner. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here's a swing and a ground ball. This is foul for the first strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. There to pull it in is Machado, and that's out number 2. Here's Buster Posey now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Bounce towards the mound, but a foul ball here. 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. On the ground up the middle. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. And the slider swung on and chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Line towards center field. Marte patrolling center makes the play. 1 out. Digging in and looking for more, Nelson Cruz comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. In there, strike 1.
That's a big pitch right there. Now he's got him 0-1. And he still may not be comfortable. Even 0-1, he's still a pretty good hitter when he's down the count. This is a big pitch right here.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Turner ranging back to the track. Out of here. A solo shot, and they add another.
The batter number 12.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Josh Donaldson.
Fly ball out to straightaway right. Turner moves over. 2 gone. Digging in once again, Miguel Cabrera. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Swing and a flare hit toward right. In comes Turner. He makes the catch. What a play on. Here's Starling Marte. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Center fielder.
And a foul tip held on to here at strike 1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Now we'll snap one off over to the bag. From the stretch. And he'll try and crowd him there with a fastball to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
You know, I doubt he wanted to get that tight with the fastball there, but hey, this is a guy you certainly don't want to let him get his arms extended. He's the kind of guy that can hurt him.
Striding in once again, Giancarlo Stanton. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Down the third baseline. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit. The runner scores from second, and they inch a little bit closer. It's a 6-1 game. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ryan Zimmerman. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. That's wide. 2-0.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
This is skied out toward right. Cruz on the move, and the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. That makes it a 6-2 game, and he's safe. Here's Chris Bryant now. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Dylan Betances. And now the Blue Jays get a left-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Way behind that pitch. It's 0-1.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
And the runner from third crosses the plate. And the second run will score as well, and just like that, it's cut to 6-4 now. Ready once again, Corey Seager. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. Bryant rounds third and is digging for the plate. The relay throw, and they'll get the man at third here at least, but in the interim, a run has come in to score. Ready for another shot now, Justin Turner, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Betts has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Ready for another chance. J.D. Martinez. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7. Now some movement out in the Milwaukee bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander have begun to stretch it out. Piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Turner's under it. And that's the first out of the inning. Trying to pick things up where he left off.
Francisco Lindor.
Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Turner over to his left. 2 down. Digging in to try it again. Gary Sanchez. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Turner is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. Here's Buster Posey now. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. And that misses ball 1.
Well, that ball's high as a strike in the zone can go, but umpires don't like to reward pitchers on that one. They want to make you get the ball down, so he called it a ball. Throw it down, you get the strike.
Trout is in retreat as he pulls it in for the first out.
Now batting.
Here's Starling Marte. He's 0 for 3 so far, so he hasn't done much to help at the top of the lineup. Charlie Blackmon will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. In there, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Rips this one to first. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. Running hard. He's digging for second. And he's in there safely. He's got a double. In now, Trey Turner. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Nate Jones will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season. Bryce Harper will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. And here's a sinker that had a little bit too much dart to it there as it just about came in and nailed him.
Well, that's not what they were looking for when they brought him in.
There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Back goes Trout. Gone! A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Here's a swing and a shot back up the middle. And Goldschmidt's aboard. It's a base hit. Giancarlo Stanton now. Single homer run in his last time up. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. Craig Kimbrell.
Your attention, please.
7 runs, 13 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far.
Craig Kimbrell.
Grounded down the third baseline. And the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Ryan Zimmerman.
Daniel Murphy will get the call to pinch hit here, and he'll find he has a couple of runners aboard with only one out in the inning. And this one gets away. Goes to third with it. So now two men in scoring position. Second and third here, one man out. Well, they miss with the first one, but then they decide, let's go ahead and just put him aboard here, and they'll do just that. Here's Chris Bryant now. He's 2 for 3 thus far. Up and in there with the first pitch fastball. It's ball one.
Hey, this game is getting interesting real quick.
In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. The runners will stay put. However, the count evens at 1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Hit to short. Scooped up on the backhand. One there. On to Cabrera at first. It's a twin killing, and the side is retired. Now at the plate, Mookie Betts. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Mookie Betts.
Into the windup and the pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. So it's a leadoff base hit to open their half of the 8th. Here's Manny Machado now. Leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. And he's back standing. Expecting a potential bunt. The corner infielders come way in to try to protect. And they'll play for the tie here as he puts this one down. Throw goes to first here, so it works just as they drew it up, and now the possible tying run is in scoring position at second. Wade Davis gets the call as pitch with one gone in the top of the 8th. Robinson Cano will get a chance with a runner in scoring position here as he'll pinch hit now with one away. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Cut fastball inside, ball one. He's working on bringing home the tying run standing at second base. Now a swing and a fly ball. Bryant is after it. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Here's Nelson Cruz now. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line. Knuckle curve down below the knees, 1-0. That misses, 2-0.
He may be down 2-0 after those first 2 pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
That's on the outer edge, 3-1. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. 2 out here and a runner at second. And another foul ball. On the ground to the left side. Played on the backhand. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Stepping into the box, Corey Seager. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. Here comes the first pitch. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2.
That's a nice pitch right there. He threw him a breaking ball, comes back with a fastball, and now he's late. Now he doesn't know how to adjust. He's kind of caught in between. You got him set up perfectly.
Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away. In the air to right center. Cruz is in pursuit, and this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. Digging in now, Buster Posey. He flew out in his last at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a nice job to stay with it that time and get the second out of the inning. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at-bat. On the ground toward the hole, and it's through. A base hit. The relay. And he is out at the plate. Trying to extend the lead to 2. Instead, here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. In line for the victory is Clayton Kershaw should the lead hold. Harper is there. One quick out to start inning number 9. Standing in, Miguel Cabrera, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And this is fouled straight back. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. Here it comes on 0-2. Swing and a liner. Foul. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Skied into straightaway right. Harper has a read on it. And that's the second out of the inning. Here's J.D. Martinez. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Blackmon going back. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game. Well, the man you see right there had a game to be proud of. He really came through when it mattered, and he's our top player of the game.
Well, when your one hit of the game is a home run, and it ends up being a really critical one, you have to feel pretty good. It wasn't a huge day on the stat sheet, but it led his team to a win, and that's all you can hope for as a player.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Brewers. 7 runs on 16 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Blue Jays, 6 runs, 7 hits. No errors. They left 2 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 40 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Miller Park, 42,200. The Brewers thank you for attending tonight's ball game and remind you to please drive home safely.
We are inside and under the roof tonight here at Rogers Centre in Toronto, Ontario. It's the home opener of this new season between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays baseball is next.
Leading off tonight for Milwaukee, center fielder, number 21.
Charlie Blackmon is at the plate here.
0-1.
He quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now here's the pitch. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, and the leadoff man is gone to start the evening.
Batting second here tonight.
Striding in, Corey Seager. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Sent on the ground out to second, on to first, and there were 2 down. Digging in now, Chris Bryant. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. And he swings and pops it foul behind the plate. Sanchez has a play, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Here comes the second baseman, Jose Altuve, to get things kicked off in the home half of inning number 1.
Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike 1. And Harold, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, been a middling start to the season as they come in 2-3 over their first 5.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix their pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
Swinging a soft liner and a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning. So here's Francisco Lindor now, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Seager will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. 1 gone. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. First chance for him here with a runner at first and 1 gone. Swing and a liner. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Swing and a little tapper. That's a foul ball. There goes Altuve. Pitch outside. The throw. Oh, and Posey has a cannon. He's gone at second base. 2 out, nobody on. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Freeman is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Here's Bryce Harper now. He'll be the one to lead things off now against Aaron Sanchez.
Bryce Harper.
Into the windup and the pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. He pulls this one into right, and that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. Standing in, Giancarlo Stanton, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
I love that pitch right there. You know he's geared up right there in this big situation. He looked for a ball and just let it fly, and he pulled the string on him, just spun him into the ground. Well, that was unexpected. You're looking for that sinker down. He throws a fastball up. Now he's just changed the game on you. He's forcing you to look somewhere else.
Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
Baseman number 5.
Freddie Freeman checks his swing here on the first pitch, and it's 1-0.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Springer racing back. He leaps, but he can't make the play, and it bangs off the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double. Coming to the plate now, Paul Goldschmidt. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Setting him up inside as he swings and misses for strike two.
This is where getting ahead in the count really pays off for you. Now you can get him to chase a pitch, maybe get a ground ball, double play, or a strikeout. Either way, it's going to help your cause.
No score here as we play inning number 2. And this is fouled at the plate. And this one gets away. And a disastrous time to uncork a wild pitch as the go-ahead run scores from third. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive, but a foul ball.
That is the 4th foul ball of this AB right here. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And that's going to fall for a base hit. And that'll plate their second run of the game as they take a 2-0 lead. And the throw goes right by him at second. And as a result, the run is in to score. Here's Daniel Murphy now.
Second baseman.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Murphy.
Chop foul at the plate. Strike one. The 0-1 delivery. And here's a ball hit in the air. Donaldson is there for it. 2 down. Now batting, Buster Posey. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year.
Posey.
A swinging bunt up the third baseline. And a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. Digging in, Josh Donaldson. He'll start things out against Noah Syndergaard as this inning is underway.
Donaldson.
Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. Under it is Harper, and Bryce has got it for the first out. Here's George Springer.
Right fielder, George Springer.
Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there. Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Coming to the plate now, Miguel Cabrera. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. And a ball 1-0.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk right here could at least get the tying run to the plate. And on top of that, there's some pop on that on-deck circle.
Oh, and he misses it. Now at the plate, Mookie Betts. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Starts him out with a sinker that's inside, 1-0. Swing and a ball lined hard towards short. And that's in there, base hit. So coming to the plate, Gary Sanchez. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. Cabrera rounds third and is digging for the plate. In to score, the runner from second. Tagged by Posey will be too late. Safe at home plate. So the runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning. And standing in now the third baseman, Manny Machado. Ball 1. Now a swing and a fly ball. Harper on the run. And that retires the side. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Into the windup and the pitch.
Blackmon
starts him out with a changeup off the plate for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Lindor backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out. Here's Corey Seager. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Corey Seager.
Looked like a sinker there, but he got under it anyway. This is lifted out to left. Betts comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning. Here's Chris Bryant now. 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And no swing apparently. Ball 1.
Good check swing on that off-speed pitch. Clearly he's sitting fastball ready to let it fly. He recognized it was an off-speed pitch and was able to hold up.
Hit hard toward the right side. And a little self-preservation down it. Ready for another chance. Jose Altuve. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. That softly hit to right. Will that get down? Murphy is there for it. 1 out. Digging in for his second at-bat, Francisco Lindor. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Grounded foul. Here's the pitch. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And this will wind up a foul ball. Breaking ball swung on in the dirt. Posey gathers it, and he makes the throw to first. Lindor is retired. 2 down now.
A center fielder.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mike Trout. He flew out in his last at-bat. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. The pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Harper is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Striding in once again, Bryce Harper. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Harper.
There's a drive out toward the gap in left center. Hard around first is Harper racing for second. And he will pull in here with a leadoff double. Giancarlo Stanton now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. For Harper, he picks up double number 2 on the year. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Back goes Trout at the track. The wall. And that one is out of here. A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. Into the windup and the pitch. Freddie Freeman will stand in for the second time as he watches one miss low. It's a ball and no strikes.
Been a real big struggle for him so far on the mound. 4 runs and only 3 innings, so it'll be interesting to see if he can settle in at all and make some adjustments, or if this start will continue to run downhill.
Therefore it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out. First delivery to him on the way. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Here's Daniel Murphy now. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Hit hard on the ground to short, and that's through for a hit. So that'll extend the inning with 2 away and bring in Buster Posey to bat. Digging in to try it again, Buster Posey. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Trout has a read on it, and that retires the side. Stepping into the box, Josh Donaldson. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout.
First baseman, Josh Donaldson.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
That's a great check swing. That's tough to hold up on that pitch. It looks like a fastball, and the slider just breaks away from you. He's held up, though. Strong hands.
1 and 2.
Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Here's George Springer. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And he takes ball 1.
That's an interesting pitch right there. Let's see if that throws him off a little bit. He's been on a pretty good roll. He can't let it upset him. Just get back in the groove right here.
Blackmon is under it. And that's the second out of the inning. Now to the plate, Miguel Cabrera. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far.
Cabrera
Lays off 1-0.
That's some good hitting right there. Great eyes. I mean, to recognize that and lay off it right now, that was nice.
Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Center fielder Charlie Blackmon.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. The pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Trout has a read on it. 1 out. Here's Corey Seager. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Corey Seager.
High in the air into shallow left center. Betts has a read on it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Digging in once again, Chris Bryant. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Fly ball out toward right field. Springer on the run. He gets there to make the play, and that ends. Settling in now, Mookie Betts. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Mookie Betts.
And this will find the seats behind the first base dugout. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Here it comes. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Therefore, it is Stanton, and he's got it for the first out. At the plate, Gary Sanchez. He was able to plate 2 with a base hit in his first appearance. Now a swing, and he pops him up right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate, and he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Third baseman number
now
13,
at the plate, Manny Machado. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Pops him up over toward foul territory. Freeman is there, and the side is retired. Here's Bryce Harper now. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance.
Bryce Harper.
And this is just off the outside corner for a ball. 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out. Digging in and looking for more, Giancarlo Stanton. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Swung on and missed for the first strike.
He's really struggling in this game, Matt, but you know what? It hasn't been the first pitch strike. He's throwing 60% of the time a first pitch strike to hitters. It just hasn't been good stuff that he's throwing up there.
Here it comes on 1-1. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, but this is back into the seats, a foul ball. Grounded back up the middle to his left. Lindor Throw gets him. 2 down. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. And Mookie will make the play, and that retires the side. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
High in the air out towards shallow right. Harper has a read on it. He's got it 1 away. So here's Francisco Lindor now. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Francisco Lindor
takes a knee-high fastball. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working. Man, this guy has retired a whole...
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Harper racing back. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
Center fielder, number
Here's the
27.
center fielder, Mike Trout. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. Ready for another shot now. Josh Donaldson. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
Well, that was a big 2-out single we just saw, and for pretty obvious reasons. The inning went from totally under control to now. He's got to deal with some dangerous hitters here with a runner on base, and this is how 2-out rallies start.
In there, and it's even now, 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. Ready once again, Paul Goldschmidt. A hit in 2 tries so far.
Designated hitter, Paul Goldschmidt.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. And Goldschmidt's aboard. It's a base hit. So the Brewers get their leadoff man aboard to start out the frame. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Daniel Murphy. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. And the changeup is way low that time. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a liner. But this is foul near the seats. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Betts on the move, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Goldschmidt rounds the corner and is headed home. Now the relay home. Throw won't get him. Stepping in, Buster Posey. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Line drive to center field. Catch made in straightaway center as the runner tags from second. The relay, but too late, and he's safe at third. Riding in once again, and now the Blue Jays get a left-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Ball chopped foul right at home plate, and it's 0-1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. The catch is made deep in the alley, and here comes the runner from third. And he is in there. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's now 6-2. Into the windup and the pitch. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing.
Hot shot to first base and a great play to end the inning. Digging in once again, George Springer. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
George Springer.
Sinker to open the AB, in there for strike 1.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
Harper on the run, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Now batting,
Digging in to try it again, Miguel Cabrera. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. The 1-1 home to Cabrera. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Now here it comes. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Blackmon on the move. And he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out. Ready for another chance? Mookie Betts. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
He is being aggressive in this inning. 0-2 on this hitter. The first 2 outs were recorded quick because he came right after the hitter. I don't think that changes right now either. He's going to continue to be aggressive to this hitter as well.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
And the throw to first will indeed get him. It's a... Here's Chris Bryant now. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8. Zach Britton will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon. So their half of the 8th opens with a man aboard. Here's Bryce Harper now. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Ryan Zimmerman will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out. A late swing at a slider for a strike. 6 runs, 9 hits. 1 error thus far in the game for Milwaukee. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Trout is to his left as he puts it away in the alley for the first out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Standing in, Giancarlo Stanton. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Lifted in the air out towards left center. And there's out number 2 as this is taken in shy of the track and the runner will have to retreat. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Starling Marte will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. In the air now out to right field. Springer has a read on it. He makes the play and that'll end the inning. So digging in now, Gary Sanchez. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Gary Sanchez.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
We are watching a great pitcher just carving up this lineup right now. Now he's got this guy 0-2. When you get a 0-2 against a guy like this, well, the results are not going to be very positive.
Got him to go down swinging there. Gary Sanchez becomes the first out in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. Machado now on 0-1. A slider that he looks at over the outside corner.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
In there, a base hit. But no, he puts on the brakes and will head back to first. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. First delivery to him on the way. Little chopper back his way. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. He's set and the pitch.
Goldschmidt.
Hit in the air out to center field. Trout has a read on it. 1 away. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Daniel Murphy. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Trey Turner will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw on to first takes care of him, and the top of the 9th is proving unfruitful thus far. 2 quick outs here. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. 0-1 count. Here it comes. Outside for a ball, 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Trout has a read on it, and that ends the inning. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9.
For the Blue Jays. Center fielder.
On the ground to the left side. Bryant is up with it. 1 away. So striding forward now, Josh Donaldson. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Now a hard liner toward short, but unfortunately right at the shortstop for the second out.
The right fielder.
Here's George Springer, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Well, that's another first pitch strike right there. Now he's over 70% so far in this game. First pitch strike to hitters. That's why he's deep in the game right now.
Turner is there, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he went the distance in this one, gave the bullpen a day off, and allowed only
We are inside and under the roof tonight here at Rogers Centre in Toronto, Ontario. It's the home opener of this new season between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Who will get the better of this compelling matchup? We'll find out next on MLB Network. Harold, as the Jays take the field here tonight, they come in looking to turn things around as they've dropped 2 straight.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win.
Tap down the line. Foul ball, however, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. Here's Chris Bryant now. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away. First offering on its way. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. Liner toward right center. In there, a base hit. Now to the plate, Bryce Harper, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. On the ground to the right side. And that's through into right field for a base hit. Seager is on his way home. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with 1 away. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Giancarlo Stanton stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Chopped weakly to the left. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
First baseman number 5, Freddie Freeman.
First pitch coming. Here it is. High pop up. Sanchez is there, and the side is retired. Here comes the second baseman, Jose Altuve, to get things kicked off in the home half of inning number 1.
Second baseman, Jose.
Slow little roller to third. Bryant's got to get rid of it, and he's safe. Digging in the switch hitter.
The shortstop, Francisco.
First pitch
Lindor.
On its way. Takes a high fastball for a strike. And Harold, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, it's fair to say they're still finding their way. 3-3 here to start the young season.
Well, Matt, we're watching a team that won the last game, put them at 500. Now, they're not where they want to be, and they're still several games back in the division. But you just keep pushing one day at a time, and you never know if you might be able to gain some ground.
On the move is Harper.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting one out could be a challenge.
Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. 2-1. Here it is. Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss at the curveball, and there's your second out of the inning. So striding in, Josh Donaldson. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. And this one gets away. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Strike two at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
It's a big at bat right here, Matt. You have to get to him early.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. And here's Paul Goldschmidt now. He'll start things out here against Corey Kluber.
Designated hitter.
Into the windup and the pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Springer going back. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Here's Daniel Murphy now.
Daniel Murphy.
Here's the first pitch to him. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is lined into left field, a base hit. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Buster Posey. And it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Betts is back to the track as he takes it for out number 2. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
Well, he got ahead of him right there, and I'd even say he got away with one. Down and into this guy, that's his nitro zone right there.
And we'll have to leave it there as the stepping into the box, George Springer. He'll start things out against Steven Strasburg as we get the inning underway. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. Changeup stays outside, and he's behind 2-0.
Now with a 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in. I'll tell you, if I'm on the hill, I'm throwing that changeup again. Didn't look like he picked it up very well out of his hand.
And he takes strike 3 cold on the fastball. 1 gone. Digging in now, Miguel Cabrera, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. On the ground to the left side. Throw on to first will take care of Cabrera for the 2nd out. Now batting, Mookie Betts. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
Snuck that high, hard one by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with.
Well, the first baseman is under it to make the play, and that retires the. Here's Corey Seager. He'll stand in to open things up here in the 3rd.
Shortstop, Corey Seager.
Slider, and that's hit on the ground towards 2nd. There is Altuve. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Chris Bryant. A base hit in his first trip. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. 1 out, nobody on. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
Well, you're in trouble at the plate if you fall behind this guy. 0-2, so that was a good job to hold up right there.
Hit on the ground out to short. Lindor is there. Throw gets him. 2 down. Riding in once again, Bryce Harper. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Line to the right side, and that'll get down for a 2-out single. Digging in to try it again, Giancarlo Stanton. 0 for 1 with a run batted in thus far. Hard hit ball to 2nd. Altuve has it. The tag, and he is out. Coming to the plate now, Gary Sanchez. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup, 0-1.
Really deceptive changeup there. Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate. He looks really strong here early in this game, and that fastball is a good example. Put that thing in a great spot and right where he wanted it.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Gary Sanchez is retired for the first out here in the bottom half of the third. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
He's looking really great on the bump right now. I mean, it's been a while since he's allowed a base runner, and he just jumped ahead of another hitter right there.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Strasburg comes set. Here's the first pitch. Hit down the third base line. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Ready for another chance? Freddie Freeman. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Number 5.
Into the windup and the pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th. Digging in for his second at-bat, Paul Goldschmidt comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Swing and a miss on the sinker, 0-1.
I like the fact that they're swinging early in the count, and they're really aggressive right now early in this game. But there will come a time you got to be patient. If you're swinging the strikes, that's one thing, but make him work a little bit.
Hit softly on the ground to third. On to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the 4th. Now at the plate, Daniel Murphy. He singled his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line towards center field. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So that'll extend the inning with 2 away and bring in Buster Posey to bat.
The catcher.
So striding forward now. First pitch of the at-bat. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Betts ranging back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double. And on the play, the runner moves into scoring position now at second. Now some definite signs of life in that Toronto bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander begin to throw. Charlie Blackmon is at the plate now as he looks at strike 1. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Swing and a liner. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Altuve fields it cleanly. On to first, and the Brewers are turned away as the inning is over. So stepping in, Francisco Lindor. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Tapper up the line, but it gets fouled.
Man, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
And he's retired here, 1 away. So the base is empty here with 1 away. And standing in, the ever-dangerous Mike Trout. Swing and a little blooper to center. Harper coming on, but he won't get there. It falls in. Into the box now, Josh Donaldson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Oh, you think? If you've got a good fastball like he does, that location can be really effective. It looks so tempting to the hitter, but making contact on that pitch can be very tough.
George Springer is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
Not sure what he saw in that pitch, but it sure looked tempting. At least he held up. He must have been guessing.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Frozen on the fastball. Never had a chance. Digging in once again, Corey Seager. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Corey Seager.
And it was sinking on him a bit, but he's able to run it down anyway for the first out. At the plate, Chris Bryant. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up. That pitch right there, he's trying to keep him from getting his arms extended. If it's out over the plate more, he can obviously do a lot of damage with it.
On the ground to third. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Digging in and looking for more, Bryce Harper. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. And Machado will make the catch here, and that ends the inning. Stepping in, Miguel Cabrera. He'll lead things off as we begin the home fifth. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
Now, a mid-90s fastball is no joke, and that's proof right there. He threw it right by him.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Yanked on the ground down the line. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Slow little grounder left side. 1 away. Here's Mookie Betts. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First offering on its way. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? Murphy takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out.
Up next,
stepping into the box, Gary Sanchez comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. In there, strike 1. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. Oh, and it looks like a visit to the video room may be in order after that hack. It's 0-2 now. Out is 7th of the ball game, and Giancarlo Stanton now. He'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6.
Left fielder Giancarlo Stanton.
Into the windup and the pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
The batter.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Here's the first pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. The 0-1. Tried to pull that one back, but he couldn't do it, and it's 0-2 now. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here. 1-2. 1-2. Here it comes. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Lindor backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit back up the middle. That's through, and he's got his first base hit. He's 1 for 3. So the 2-out hit here extends the inning for the left-handed hitter Daniel Murphy. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Daniel Murphy. 2 base hits, both singles to this point. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. Here it comes. 1-0 to Murphy. Runners off for second. There's a drive out toward the alley in right center. Goldschmidt rounds third and is digging for the plate. In to score is the runner from first. Here's Buster Posey now. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that's in there. Base hit. Murphy rounds the corner and is headed home. And he will beat the tag. Safe at the plate. Digging in to try it again. Charlie Blackmon trying to keep things going now with a runner at first. Following the RBI single. Andrew Miller.
Now pitching for the Blue Jays, number 24, Andrew Miller.
First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Comes set, and the 0-1. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Fouled back.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Digging in for his second at-bat, Manny Machado. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 1-0 count. Here it is. That's wide. 2-0. Here he comes on 2-0. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening.
So it was a strikeout looking there. Manny Machado is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. Jose Altuve swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Oh, man, I think he thought he's going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
So here's Francisco Lindor now. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Blackmon will put this one away, and that's out number 2. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Ready for another chance? Mike Trout, a hit in 2 tries so far. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0.
Didn't catch the corner there, but you can see he was trying to jam him with that running action on that 2-seam fastball.
A fastball that just misses inside. Now a ball hit foul down the line in right and in amongst the fans. 2 out with the man at first. 2-2.
Well, that changeup right there sets up a lot of things. Now the count's 2-2. He can come back in with a fastball, and it's going to look like it's moving a little bit better. Or he can go back to that changeup.
On the ground up the middle. Reined in. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. Here's Corey Seager. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th. Pitch on the way.
Seager.
Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Lindor is right there, and it's a very quick out number 1. Stepping in, Chris Bryant. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Striding in once again, Bryce Harper. He's 2 for 3 thus far. And some action now in the Toronto bullpen as a right-hander starts to get loose. Fastball, and he has to bend out of the way of that one.
You know, I doubt he wanted to get that tight with the fastball there, but hey, this is a guy you certainly don't want to let him get his arms extended. He's the kind of guy that can hurt him.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike. So striding in, Josh Donaldson. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. And he falls behind now, 2-0. Now the pitch. And here's a fastball for a strike, 2-1 now.
I like that. That's great 2-0 hitting. You're looking for one specific pitch in one specific area. You don't get it, you take it. Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row? One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
And this is fouled at the plate. The 2-2 one more time. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
The right fielder, number 4.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. George Springer is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
He's still looking great to me out there on the mound. Punched out the first guy in the 7th, and he's jumped ahead in the count right here. Looks like he could stay in this game a while longer.
Blackman is under it. 2 down. Digging in once again, Miguel Cabrera. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it off.
Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Boy, he's been great in this one. He's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Trying to get Cabrera to chase there, but it's 1-2. Grounded to 3rd. Bryant's got it, and that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Standing in, Giancarlo Stanton. 0 for 3 with an RBI in this one. Chris Davinsky will come on in relief as he'll make his 2nd appearance of the season so far.
Now pitching for the Blue Jays.
And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Here it comes. And he misses there. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Ready for another shot now. Freddie Freeman. He flew out in his last at bat.
Freddie Freeman
lays off 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Talk about certain guys in the lineup that you want to be really careful with. This guy right here is one of those, and you can tell he's pitching awfully cautiously.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Under it is Trout, and there are 2 gone now. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Springer has a read on it. And that's the 3rd out. Here's Mookie Betts. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Now the pitch. First pitch curveball swung on and missed. Strike 1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Weakly hit to 3rd. Bryant's got to get rid of it. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. Digging in, Gary Sanchez. He struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Slider, and that's in there for strike 2.
He's feeling it out there on the mound, just getting the ball and throwing it with a lot of confidence right now.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. On to first, and Strasburg's in control here, 2 away.
Third baseman,
here's Manny Machado now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. In there for strike 1.
We talk about that first pitch and how important it is. Well, we're watching a guy right now that's throwing 80% to the hitters right now. The first pitch for a strike. When you do that, you're going to pitch deep in the games like we're seeing right now.
1-2 now as that's in there at the knees. And that one stayed too low apparently. 2 out, nobody on. Skied into straightaway right. Harper has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Here's Daniel Murphy now. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point.
Second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Here's a blooper out toward left center. Lindor into shallow left, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Buster Posey. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Well, if you could throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is effective. Hitters are almost never looking for it.
Takes this the other way to right, but this will hang just long enough for him to run it down in shallow right for the second out. Ready once again, Charlie Blackmon. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. First delivery to him on the way. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1. Sets the target low here, and it misses. 1-1. 1-1. Here it comes. Sent on the ground out to second. There is Altuve. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one.
Second baseman.
Hit hard on the ground to second.
Altuve.
No problem here. 1 away. So here's Francisco Lindor now. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And they start him with a changeup, but this is chopped foul at home plate. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Matt, I like the last 2 pitches. The changeup and then the fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
Yeah, that's the spot right there for an 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider in the dirt, especially with the bases empty.
Blackmon is there, and quickly 2 are gone here, and it's not looking good for the home 9.
Number 27.
Stepping into the box, Mike Trout. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. Hard hit ball to short. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first. So striding forward now, Josh Donaldson. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. And that's in there for strike 1. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. Looking for the complete game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. And fellas, the outing turned in by the man you see there certainly can't go unrecognized. Steven Strasburg. Take a snapshot of that. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, there's absolutely no debate as far as I'm concerned.